fam. I'm trying to shoot this before it gets too dark. I had a customer today ask me, is trucking profitable? Is there money in trucking? I tell you, everybody that works at these plants, they're intrigued by truck drivers and the truck driver life, logistics, all that good stuff. They're a part of it, but they're a part of the production. You know, they make the product and they put it on a truck and watch it drive off. So when he asked me that, of course, you'll hear a lot about the profitability of trucking. You got people screaming and kicking to get into it because they saw somebody that bought something nice or something. Anyway, everybody has their reasons for wanting to get into trucking. And then you have the disgruntled or the group that had unfavorable experiences in trucking. I'll leave it like that, because everybody has a different experience. Trucking is like a tailor-made suit. So your experience in trucking is your experience in trucking. Somebody else's experience in trucking can be totally different. You know, somebody else might, oh, I go home once a year. Somebody else, oh, I don't go home enough, or I want to go home every week, or blah, 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 blah. So everybody's experience is different. But yes, the answer is trucking is profitable. However, it's very important when you get into trucking to get in at low risk. And what I mean by that is try not to finance the truck. Try not to finance the trailer. Try not to finance any of your startup expenses. I say try not to, because the reality is that's a lot of cash for startup. But the more cash you have, the better off and the more profitable that you will be at the beginning. There will be expenses, a lot of startup costs, a lot of licenses, permits, accounts that have to be set up, equipment that has to be purchased. So if you can get in that way, and then also it's like starting an ever-ending clock. So once you activate your insurance, guess what? You got to pay that bill every month. Doesn't matter if you work or not. So make sure that you're ready. Most of your personal issues or most of your personal responsibilities taken care of, because you have to work to make the money. You know, some truckers, some people that want to get into trucking, yeah, they want high rates. Yeah, they want all the good stuff, but these wheels have to move for the truck to make money. You can have a perfect case scenario. If that truck ain't moving, you ain't making no money. So you have to be in that, you got to be in that area ready to make money. Now, my hindsight to starting GJ Transport, of course, you know, small business, small startup, didn't really have a lot of money, didn't really have a lot of equipment. But the hindsight for me is, I wish I could have, I'm not gonna say I wish I did, I just wish I could have started with 3 trucks and 3 trailers. The amount of responsibility or dependability that you put on one truck to pay all the bills of the company, it's a lot of risk. If that truck, just say you blow a motor in the truck after a month of starting, well, guess what? Now you got to find a motor for that truck. Yeah, you can say, oh, it's time to buy another truck, but guess what? That's more expenses. But either way, I guess what I'm saying is, if you had at least 3 trucks, you may be able to absorb the impact of being down 1 truck. You see what I'm saying? Versus having that 1 truck, and that 1 truck having to move. You have to drive the 1 truck, because guess what? It's only 1 truck, right? If you 1 truck, you can't afford to have a driver drive the 1 truck, because again, that's all of your income, and you're just nipping away at more income. So that's my hindsight to getting into trucking, is I wish I would have or could have waited until I had multiple power units. Maybe buy one year, one the next, and then work on all the mechanical issues throughout those years, or throughout that time frame. But yeah, but yes, back to the original question. Yes, trucking is lucrative. Peace.